welcome. Thanks for coming to class today. My name is Elizabeth. I'm your instructor. Really happy to see you guys. For props today, we're going to use a towel and a foam roller. So let's go ahead and grab those things. And then we'll just begin to twirl the towel. Let's tuck the elbow into the waist as we twirl the towel. And then if it's safe for you, let's bring one knee into a tabletop. All right, so we'll just begin to get a little mind-body connection here. And I'd like to take this opportunity, guys, to request of you to keep your workout with me today safe and pain-free. Pause, begin to twirl that towel in the other direction. Again, that elbow is tucked into the waist. So I want you guys to feel better after class, not worse. So I need your help with that. So if I am cueing for a move that is unsafe or painful for you, please don't do it. All right, pause. Let's put that foot down. Other knee into tabletop, towel in the other hand, elbow tucked into the waist, and commence the twirling. Loving it. Hey, Catherine, I was wondering, is your place in Colorado okay? Can you give me a thumbs up? Good. Okay, I'm so glad. Woo! And pause and twirl in the other direction. Yeah, that was really devastating. I watched all that on the news. It's scary. All right, guys, and breathing. Woo! Balancing for 2 and 1 and pause. Let's take that towel straight out in front of us. All right, from here, we'll reach those arms down to the ground, and then at about just a few fist width distances apart, kind of shoulder level area, we'll gently pull that towel apart, one knee in tabletop, other knee in tabletop, and continue. All right, guys. Those of you who are with me live, my live students, I've got some good news and some bad news. I'll start with the bad news. Well, it's not really bad news because there's videos, but at any rate, so I'm canceling class, our live class on Friday. I'm flying up to Washington on Thursday night, and I just feel like that's a smart thing to do because I might have internet connections or something, and yeah, so I'm going to do that. But the good news is, wait for it. We are going to incorporate some foam roll in today since we're not going to have a live foam roll Friday. So there's that. So I don't know about you, but I was kind of excited when I made that decision. My heart rate is coming up, even though this is like the simplest little move, pulling that towel apart, feeling work in the shoulders, which, by the way, might be talking to you if you were with me on Monday. Woo. For 3 and 2. And the next time you have a knee in tabletop, pause. Reach those arms overhead. Reach those arms forward. Do it again and continue. And breathe. Balance. All right, if you want more, as you reach those arms overhead, let's begin to straighten that leg, trying to keep the knee out in front of the hip. Yep. And breathe. Yeah, I'm seeing those balance challenges. I love it. For 2, we're going to make it even a little harder. And the next time those arms are in front, pause. What? Okay, guys. Energetically tear that towel apart. And then twist to one side. Whoop, and center. And the other side. And center. And continue. Yep. Breathing. Are you still tearing that towel apart? If not, recommit to that. For 2 and 1 and come to center. Nice job. Wow, it's kind of funny how we can take a static hold and feel so many muscles active in that moment. All right, guys, let's do that on the other side. So let's bring the other knee into tabletop. Whoops. Reach those arms straight in front. Energetically tear that towel apart. By the way, notice if those wrists are bent, and if so, straighten them. And then overhead, forward, overhead, and forward. Continue. Woo. Breathing. Dropping those shoulders down. Energetically tearing that towel apart. And notice how many muscles are active just with this simple move. Kind of cool, guys. And then maybe begin to kick that leg out. Trying to keep the knee in front of the hip if that works for you. However, certainly, of course, lower is fine as well. Woo! And breathe. Yeah, loving it. Okay, next time that towel is in front, pause. Let's twist to one side, center, other side, and center. Wow, I'm really shaking a lot here today. And breathe. Woo! Yeah, looking good, guys. For 3, whoa, and 2, and 1, and come to center. Oh my goodness, I know, I'm feeling it too. Let's take this towel and we'll reach it up and overhead. Let me cue that differently, guys. Let's take the towel in the right hand and then reach it up and overhead. And then with your left hand, grab onto that towel and inch those fingers together. Woo, and just feel a stretch. If you wish, you can go from side to side if that feels nice for your body, moving in a different plane of motion, taking this terrific stretch. For 3, and 2, and 1, and then just release that bottom hand. And we'll take that towel over to the other side, left hand, up and over, grab onto it with that right hand, inch those fingertips together. Gosh, on this side, I feel like my hands are just miles and miles apart. I've never had much flexibility in this stretch. All right, and let's lean from side to side and breathe. You guys are really cute. Enjoying that stretch in that back area, the back of the arm. For 2, and 1, and come to center. All right, guys, let's just drop that towel down behind and take an underhand grasp so those palms are facing up, and roll those shoulders back. I'll do that again. So you're rolling those shoulders back, palms facing up, and then let's lift those arms. So energetically tear that towel apart, guys, as you're doing this, and you should feel a lot of triceps. And if you think about squeezing those armpits closed, holding those muscles in the back area in an isometric contraction, you can get a pretty good back workout going through this range of motion. All right, and then guys, let's, the next time we lift, pause, take a big step back with one foot. If you wish, you can bend both knees and then come up to center. And then switch and continue. And then let's add back in that arm movement. We'll just do it slowly. So as we step back, we'll give a really good reach and then step back, giving those arms a really good reach. And again, still finding that isometric contraction with those lat muscles and those serratus anterior muscles. Those are those little fan muscles that come around those ribs. Kind of the cobra muscles, if you will. Yep, warming up that body, strengthening that back. This is gonna feel really, really good, guys, to get on the foam roller after this. All right, the next time you are back, stay back. And then we'll roll those shoulders back. Good. And then gently shift your gaze up, rolling those shoulders back, and breathe for 3, 2, 1. Listen for the change. Keep that front knee bent, guys, but let's step that back foot up with the front foot. So both knees are bent, and lift. Woo, and lift. Keep those knees behind the toes. Really nice. I'm loving how I'm seeing those shoulders rolled back. This is strenuous. Feeling this quite a bit. Weight in the heels. All right, and pause. And then let's take a big step back with that other foot. And we'll hang out here for a moment. Roll those shoulders back. Yeah, and then slightly shift your gaze up. And hold. Woo, and breathe. For 3, and 2, And then let's keep that front knee bent. Again, guys, step that back foot forward. Nice job. Okay, from here, if it feels good for you, realizing this shirt is not good for Pilates. By the way, that's why Joseph Pilates wanted his students to wear tight clothes so he could see their form. At any rate, if it feels good for you, you can begin to straighten those legs, looking down towards your knees, reaching those arms back behind you. I am not going to do that, but usually that feels pretty good. For 3, 2, relax your arms, softness in the knees, roll up to a standing position. Nice job. Good work, guys. Okay, let's take the towel. We're going to set it to the side and grab our foam roller. Man, I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling a lot of activity back there. I feel like that little bit did really a nice job of defining these muscles. Felt like that sculpting kind of workout. Okay, now we're going to sculpt out this backside. So, foam roller in front of you. One hand on top, other hand on top. And then take a few steps back, reach those fingertips forward, and then allow that belly button to drop down towards the mat. So just feel that really nice back stretch to begin with. Allow the biceps to frame the ears. And then adding in that back body, let's take that back leg. Let's take the left leg and take the toes straight out behind. Toes are down, and then begin to lift and lower that straight left leg. Giving a really nice squeeze. As those toes lower, just slightly tap as opposed to rest. And breathe. All right, guys. Now, if you want to, you can reach one arm forward, and you can also reach the other arm forward. In other words, you can take your hands off of the foam roller if that feels good. Or if that doesn't feel good, but you want that balance challenge, you can reach those arms back behind you, palms facing in. So for me, having that long lever with those arms forward is bothersome for my back, but I want the balance challenge, so I can just sweep those hands back by my hips. Woo! Feeling this quite a bit. For 3, and 2, and 1, and come up to center. Nice job. Let's take those hands on the hips, softness in the knees, and then just twirl those hips. Pretend like you are twirling a big hula hoop. For 2, and 1, and then twirl that hula hoop in the other direction. Wow, on that backside, this is going to feel really good to get on the foam roller after all of this work we're doing. For 2, and 1, and come back to center. All right, guys, next, let's put one hand on top of the foam roller, other hand on top. We're coming into the same sequence, so if you know that you don't need the foam roller, it's fine if it's not in front of you. Reach those arms forward, come into that forward fold stretch. And then allow that belly button to drop down. And then let's take that opposite leg, take the right leg and kick it back behind and lift and tap and lift and tap. And again, if you want to, you can reach one or both arms forward, or you can reach those hands down towards your hips. Or you can do anything else. So remember, any modification in my class at any time is fine. Woo! Giving that back booty cheek a good squeeze. And breathe. For 3, and 2, so good, guys. And 1, and come to center. Nice job. Feeling all that warmth back there. All right, without further ado, we'll bend the knees again. We'll just tick those hips from side to side. Tick, tick, tick. And then let's come into those circles. And your circles can be tiny or big, whatever feels good for you. Woo! For 2, and 1, and pause. And circles in the other direction. Looking good. And breathe. Wow. Bev, I just noticed you look different since you've been joining me for Pilates. I can really see a difference in you. Yeah. Usually you wear looser clothes and I can't see it. For 2 and 1 and come to center. All right. Now let's grab that foam roller. Put it behind you. However you want to get down there, let's have a seat on the foam roller. I want your hands behind you on the mat. Okay, now if this position with your hands is bothersome, guys, you can come onto what we call gorilla fists, so the wrists are straight, or you can even put something behind you and put your elbows on it, like an ottoman or something. Okay, and then begin to roll forwards and backwards, forwards and backwards. And you can shimmy the knees to one side and you can shimmy the knees to the other side, just really targeting that area that we just worked with that balancing and back strengthening exercise. By the way, when we did that exercise, that last little sequence where we were lifting and lowering a leg behind us, certainly the leg that was moving through space, those muscles were pretty active and talking pretty loud, but so was the standing leg, right? So those muscles were supporting us as we went through the range of motion. So that's kind of cool. Just thought I'd point that out. We were definitely multitasking there. Okay, if you wish, guys, you can bring those knees into a tabletop and just shimmy from side to side. If you find a good spot that just feels amazing, you can roll back and forth on that spot. Wow, that does feel amazing. Yeah. And then if you're doing that on one side, go ahead and balance it out. Whoa, on the other side. For 3 and 2 and 1. Okay, we're going to spend a little more time massaging out these glutes. So let's take that left ankle, cross it over the right knee. And then you can scoot over to the left side of your foam roller a tad, and then take that left knee over to the right. And you can just really focus on rolling out that booty area, all those glutes. Maybe you can feel the different muscles in that back body area that you are massaging. Yeah, just enjoy that. Loving it. Breathing. Happy New Year's, you guys. I hope your year is off to a good start. Whew. All right. And then let's pause and then scoot over to the other side of the foam roller, cross the other ankle over, that would be the right ankle, and then drop it all over to the left and roll that area out. One of my Pilates students for Christmas gave me this massage that I'm really excited about. It's one of the massages where you, you have the option to go into a sauna, and then you lie down and they use their feet on you. I don't know. I'm imagining like monkey bars above you for them to balance on and use your. Anyways, I'm really excited about it. It's in San Juan Capistrano. If any locals are curious about it, I guess it's amazing. I've always wanted one of those massages, so now I get to go and get one. All right, guys. We're gonna move on and roll out the side of the thigh. So this is frequently pretty sensitive, so just be aware of that. So we'll roughly stay in this position. So in other words, don't uncross, but you can take that bottom leg and straighten it, and then take that top leg and put it on the ground in front of you, pivot over so you're on your side, and then roll forwards and backwards, whoop, over the side of the leg. Actually, this feels pretty good. if I were on my hard foam roller, I actually would not be able to do this. So you guys, we are avoiding the knee area here. So we're staying on the muscle area, not the bony area of that joint. Woo! Yeah, there we go. Suddenly it's not feeling so pleasant anymore. Kind of hurts so good. If this is a little too much, guys, you can rest more of your body weight onto the mat and less of it onto your foam roller. And if you find a spot that's amazing, you can kind of rock and roll a little bit over it. Yeah. And if you're with me on YouTube and new to me and my Pilates classes, I want to welcome you and let you know that I'm really, really interested in you making the most out of what we're doing. And if that means, if you know what I'm cueing is, if you were to do it slightly differently, it would feel much better. Just do that. No big deal. So really, I'm just guiding you, but you know your body. And yeah, with that mind-body connection, I like to facilitate that and give you guys an opportunity to really honor that. Okay, let's pause, and then however you want to, we'll get over on the other side. So we'll take the right leg, kick it straight out, take that left leg up and over, and then you can lie over on the right side, placing your hands on the mat, or your elbows if you wish, that's an option. Or you can kind of bend both knees and have those knees together. So whatever works best for you. I'm seeing pups. I love it. Pups on my screen. And enjoying this, or tolerating this, knowing it's good for you, as the case may be, because it is so sensitive. Wow, this side is a little more sensitive than the other side. By the way, guys, this is called myofascial release, what we're doing here. How? Holy cow. We'll be here just for another moment or so. For 3 and 2 and 1. All right, let's come to a seated position, and we'll take that foam roller and we'll put it under our thighs. And we'll rest our legs onto it. So I do not want the foam roller behind the knees. That's the only rule here, guys, is we're avoiding the backs of the knees. Okay, and then cover the booty and roll forwards and backwards. This time we're focusing on the hamstring area. Just enjoy that. If you want a little firmer massage sensation, you can cross one ankle over the other and kind of press that leg into the foam roller while you're going through this range of motion. And I'll cue for that just to give you the time to do both sides. But if it's better for you, you can, again, whatever makes sense for you and your body today. And breathe. I was just remembering the last time I was up in Washington. Actually, I guess it was the time. Anyways, I was teaching the Zoom classes, and y'all went with me as I went on that adventure. Go ahead and lower down if you're doing work on one leg, switch legs. And somehow I forgot a foam roller. So I bought a foam roller up in Washington that was like a hard, kind of reminded me of like a big 4-wheel drive tire tread for really going over treacherous terrain. Anyways, it was really hard and knobby, and holy cow, that thing was painful. So I'm really enjoying this soft foam roller that I brought today. Whew. Yeah, I had to like layer towels on top of it to even demo with it. It was that hardcore. And I always thought I liked hardcore massages. All right, guys, we'll hang out here just for another moment or so. Actually, come to think of it, I'm flying up this time. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to bring a foam roller. Oh yeah, I have little ones, I can pack it. Okay, for 3 and 2 and 1 and lower down. Ah, feels amazing. Amazing, right? Okay, let's just do a quick little calf session. So go ahead and rest your calves on the foam roller, and you can just wag those toes from side to side. I'll give you a few options. So maybe this is fabulous. You want to stick with this and then roll it down just a little bit and do it again and keep changing the position. Or if you want to, you can hover those hips and roll forwards and backwards. And you can enjoy a reverse plank situation with this if you'd like. So that's an option too. If you want a little more, you can cross one ankle over the other. And again, I'll cue for that so you have time to do it on both sides. But again, we're gonna move through this a little more quickly than the other body parts. Woo! All right, if you're doing it on one side, let's switch. Feels so good. Love these foam rollers. For 3 and 2 and 1. Without further ado, let's grab the foam roller, put it behind us. I don't know about you guys, but this is my favorite. We'll take the foam roller and we'll put it back at about bra strap level. Lean back, knees bent, feet flat. Lace the fingertips behind the head. And begin to roll forwards and backwards. And continue. Okay, guys, so while you're doing this, the only rule here is we're not rolling out the waist area. And if you've been with me before, you know why, but if you haven't been, I'm going to explain it to you. So the reason is we're avoiding the waist area because you have little bones that jut out from your spine. And in the mid and upper back, the angle of those bones is really good for foam rolling. It works well. However, down by your waist, they jut out at a different angle, and it is contraindicated to roll on a foam roller down there because the angle is not conducive to that particular pressure and movement. All right, if you wish, you can come up by those shoulders and allow your head to come down and around in a rested position and just feel that sensation with the hips lifted. A little mini bridge here feels amazing. And then I'm just going to give you guys a bunch of options and you do what feels good. You can walk your feet over to the right and then roll forwards and backwards on that foam roller, and now you're at a different angle. So that might feel good. It feels really good up by the shoulders today. All right, guys, we'll be here just for another moment. So if you need to balance out what you're doing, go ahead and do that. Just enjoy. All right. For 3 and 2 and 1, and come to center and lower that booty down. Nice job. Okay, guys, from here, let's reposition the foam roller again so it's right behind the back. Fingertips laced behind the head. That's important. I don't want heads dangling in space. I want your head resting on your hands. And then you can roll back and around and hang out here for a moment if that feels nice for you. Just feeling that really terrific stretch in the front of the torso and the backs of those arms, which we worked quite a bit earlier. And also feeling that massive heart opening. For 3, 2, and then tuck that chin to the chest and come up. Wow, that felt really good. Okay, let's press ourselves all the way up to a seated position. And then we'll take this foam roller and put it behind us like a tail. Hands behind you, knees bent, and then kind of crab walk yourself. So you're sitting on the very front end of the foam roller. And then just for fun, guys, let's kick both legs out long and wide. Reach those arms forward and then roll back. Vertebrae by vertebrae. And open those arms to a T. Legs are open wide. And just gently rock from side to side. I lied. A moment ago, I said that was my favorite move on the foam roller, but really, I think it's this one. All right. So just roll from side to side. Yeah. And then let's roll all the way over to the right side, guys, as far as you can without falling off that foam roller. And just roll back and forth on the right side of your spine. Really just giving that some love. See if you can feel it all the way from the shoulder, even to the right side of the scalp, down to that booty area. And depending on how tall you are, maybe even a little bit of that outer thigh. And just enjoy. For 3 and 2 and 1, roll to center and then roll all the way over to that left side. And then we'll do the same thing on the left side. Notice how if you press your body into the foam roller actively, instead of just allowing your body weight to rest on the foam roller, you can actually feel a more firm massage. So maybe that feels amazing for you. Maybe it doesn't, but it is available. This feels so good. So we'll hang out here just for a moment. For 3 and 2 and 1 and come to center. All right, guys, next we'll do a little bridge sequence here. So for this sequence, I want your head to stay flat. So head is down. By the way, head is securely resting on the foam roller as opposed to dangling over the edge of the foam roller. Knees bent, feet flat. Bring those hands under the hips, palms facing up, inching those pinkies towards the foam roller. All right. Take an inhale, exhale, lift those hips. By the way, your feet can be together or hip width distance apart. All right, and lifting those hips, keeping that head down. Maybe you'd like to gently rock from side to side, feeling the support of your arms. I don't want anyone falling off the foam roller in this position. That would not be good. For 2 and 1, come to center. And then let's lower that booty down. Okay, we're going to do this again and add to it incrementally, so you can always choose a version which is best for you. Take an inhale, exhale, lift those hips. This time, let's walk the feet together. Hips are lifted. Shift the weight over to your right foot. Hover the right toes. Yep, so all the weight is on the right foot. You should feel a lot going on in that right leg just holding this. And then, guys, let's hover the left foot just above the mat and then bring it into tabletop. Bring it down to hovering and tabletop. Yep, so we're just keeping that knee bent, lifting and lowering. Right leg is supporting us as we lower the foot down towards the mat. Let's just hover it as opposed to touch it. Yep. Feeling this quite a bit on that backside. For 3 and 2 and 1, let's lower that foot down. Keep the hips lifted, although if you need a break, certainly take one at any time. And then let's shift the weight over to that left foot. Hover those left toes in space, guys. So really the pressure is on the balls of your feet and depending on your foot anatomy, maybe the arches and definitely the heel. Okay, let's hover that right foot, keeping that knee bent in that 90-degree angle. Begin to lift and lower. Woo! And breathe. Now, can you make this harder by recruiting your muscles in a different way? So see if you can find a way to make this as hard as possible, guys. Not hard like, oh, I'm hurting myself, but hard as in, wow, my muscles are really working. Woo, my muscles are really working. I'm guessing yours are too. For 3 and 2, and 1. Let's lower both feet down and lower the booty down. Gently rock from side to side. Just enjoy. And you are breathing, enjoying the sensation. And let's begin to roll all the way out to one side and then all the way out to the other side. Just really big rolls going on here, guys. And breathe. Did I mention breathe? My loose shirt keeps getting stuck under my foam roller. I remember one time I was leading a foam roll class and I was wearing a hoodie and my hoodie got stuck under the foam roller. Oh, just kind of funny. All right, guys. Kind of don't want to stop doing this because it feels so amazing, but there's more to do. So for 2 and 1, stay on your foam roller as it is. Reach those arms up to the ceiling. And then with the fingertips up to the ceiling, I want you to rest the shoulders down and around the foam roller. And then let's imagine someone's pulling those fingertips up towards the ceiling and then release and pull and release. So what I'm really after here, guys, it's called protraction and retraction of the shoulders, keeping the arms straight. Whew. See if you can make this feel like quite a large range of motion. For 3 and 2. And the next time those shoulders are down, pause. All right, let's pivot those palms forward if they were not forward. And then open those elbows into a goalpost position. And then reach those arms up to the ceiling, bringing the hands together. Palms are facing away from you, down towards your knees. Whew. And breathe. Man, I don't know if my body is cooling down or what, but suddenly it got really cold in here. We've been chilly in Southern California, although it's supposed to get up in the early 70s today. It was in the 40s this morning. Pretty dramatic. Woo! For 3 and 2. And the next time those elbows are down, pause. Okay, and then keep the elbows where they are. Reach the fingertips down, keeping that 90-degree angle bend in the arms. And then fingertips up to the ceiling and then fingernails down. So you're kind of making like a robot rainbow archy swish type thing. Keeping those elbows as low as possible. I'm realizing what a wuss I sound like when I say that's pretty extreme. Go from 40 to 70. But we all get acclimated to our surroundings, don't we? All right, for 3 and 2 and 1. Okay, let's reach those arms out to a T and bring the palms so they're facing down. So this is a big wide base of support for us. And then let's bring one knee into tabletop, put it down, other knee into tabletop, put it down, first knee into tabletop, keep it there, and then maybe also bring the other knee into tabletop. Okay, yeah, both knees in tabletop, and then let's come on to what we call spider fingertips. So it's just your fingertips touching the mat. And then maybe lift one or more fingertips off of the mat and just play with that balance challenge. So just FYI, a perfect tabletop is when those shins are parallel to the floor. I realize that's not my position because I am modifying. Whew. And just, wow, I had a second of success just playing with this balance challenge, which, by the way, is quite difficult. I've never really seen anyone have a lot of success or sustained success, I should say. I'm sure someone can do it. And notice how you're feeling all those little muscles in your core firing up. Woo! Okay, for 2 and 1, let's lower those feet down and gently roll from side to side again. Oh. guys, with those arms open to a T, palms facing up, let's gently roll over to the left side and pause. And then in a gentle manner, take your left pinky and pivot your palm so it's facing behind you and that left pinky slightly comes up towards the ceiling. And just gently roll back and forth with your arm rotated in that direction, provided, of course, that it feels agreeable for your anatomy. And notice how you can get into that shoulder girdle in a slightly different manner. Wow, feels so amazing. And then come to center and just return that left arm to a neutral position. And then let's roll out to the right side. And then we'll flip that right palm up and then rotate that arm so that pinky's slightly coming back towards the wall behind you. And then just gently roll. Again, just feeling that different sensation in that shoulder girdle area. For 3 and 2 and 1 and come to center. All right, guys, next, I just want you to find a neutral resting position. So kick your legs out long. You can open those arms to a T, palms facing up, palms facing down, whatever feels good for you. And just lie on your foam roller and lie heavy on your foam roller. And then with each breath, see if you can allow your body to feel heavier and heavier, and just allow your body, your bones, your muscles, your skin, everything just to round down and around that foam roller, just allowing gravity to do a massive heart opening feeling. It's interesting. It's like being active. Our job right now is to relax and not be active and just sort of surrender and let go and just allow gravity. All right, we'll hang out here for a moment, guys. If you wish, you can close your eyes. I'll cue you for a little breathing meditation. If that's not working for you, you can just ignore it. But frequently, yeah, people really enjoy this. So begin to notice your inhales and your exhales. And then begin to notice the pause between your inhales and your exhales. And then begin to increase the length of your pause, just a little bit. And then we're going to come into what we call 4-count breathing. So on your next inhale, inhale to the count of 4. And then hold for the count of 4. And then exhale to the count of 4. And hold for the count of 4. And inhale to the count of 4. Hold for the count of 4. Exhale to the count of 4. And hold to the count of 4. And then just continue with this method of breathing. If you wish, you can visualize a square, and each breath you're kind of tracing one side of the square. And while you're doing this, guys, just allow that body to relax, relax, relax. And what maybe you'd like to set an intention for the day. If you want to set an intention for the year, you're welcome to, although that can create a lot of pressure and stress for some people. So maybe just an intention for the day. right, guys. And then let's come back to a more normal breath. And notice if your mind feels calm and your body feels relaxed. This little method of breathing that we've done, it's certainly kind of hippy dippy, fairy, airy, unicorns, mystical, feels good on that level, but also is quite practical. Well, not that that's not practical. And I don't want to sound like I'm dissing that stuff because I love all that stuff. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then finally, you can gently roll from side to side. This will be our last time of doing this before I pull you up. But where I was going with that was the snipers, military snipers use that method of breathing as they're doing their sniping job. And think of snipers as military as far away from sort of the hippy dippy, airy fairy meditation vibe as possible. So yeah, so that's really useful and practical for many reasons. All right, guys, and then let's gently roll to the side of that foam roller and lie back on the mat. Kick your legs long again, and just notice how your body feels. We got a quick but a pretty full body workout in today, and we got lots of myofascial release. It's the experts recommend drinking lots of water after a foam roll session. Idea being, just as with a firm massage, it can loosen toxins in your system, so flush them out with water. All right, man, I don't know about you guys, but I feel amazing after that. Let's hug the knees into the chest, curl into a tiny little ball. And then if you wish, you can begin to rock forwards and backwards, giving yourself a massage sensation. And if you are doing that, let's pause in a seated position. And if you are not doing that, come to a seated position. Nice job, guys. And then however you wish, let's come up to a standing position. That was a nice little Wednesday jaunt, right? Usually we work really hard on Wednesdays, which we did, but in a different manner today. So swing those arms from side to side. Notice how your body is feeling. And come to center and reach those arms overhead. Drop the shoulders, curl the fingertips over, tuck the chin to the chest. Roll down vertebrae by vertebrae, coming all the way down. When you get down to the bottom, nod your head, heck yes. I feel amazing. And then shake your head, no, no, no. And then, guys, softness in the knees, head is heavy. Roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Coming all the way up. Nice job, guys. When you get to the top, bring those shoulders up, back and down, up, back and down, up, back and down, and walk into your Wednesday with your awesome posture. Thanks for joining me. If you're with me on YouTube, thanks for joining me.